Alright. Any updates, Kelly, we should know about?
How may I help you, Commander?
Let's chat.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
Except never mind.
Better go.
Okay.
What about, I mean, probably...
How may I help you,
Are you
Commander?
gonna have anything for us when we talk about the crew?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
Oh, I forget.
That'll be all.
I'll be here.
Forget if Kelly regularly comments after you finish teammates' loyalty missions. I feel like she does. And we definitely did not. We did that maybe once or twice, but I definitely forgot to do it after Jack, after several people. So, oops. But with that mission done, now means we have packages for Ish, which is basically just a relatively minor one where we're gonna pick up packages as we're going to the Citadel, as we're going to Ilium. So, you know, if we happen to be going back over there to spend some monies, then we can do that. And we do have somewhat significant amount of credits now that we've done a few missions. However, I think the top priority here is, well, that perhaps after doing a few pretty quick, simple, minor side missions, maybe now we get back to doing some of the bigger stuff on the actual mission category. And as I was saying a little while back, I think that it may be worth pursuing our final dossier mission here. Everything else is loyalty mission, and obviously just stop the collectors, which, as for going through the Omega 4 relay, or, well, finding the Reaper friend or foe device, that is something that we want to delay as long as possible. As long as possible. Most important thing in the entire game. No joke. Not an exaggeration. There is one other thing we can technically do. Is, let's see, in terms of squad mates to chat with here, Morden was asking us if we were hitting on him before. I mean, maybe we check in with him again and see if he has anything else to say this time. But there is someone else who I think may have new things to say to us too.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, personal matters on mind, actually. Got call from nephew.
Oh,
Promising geneticist himself. Just turned 16, got tenure at university. Following in my footsteps. Had to lie about what I was doing. Think he was suspicious. Doesn't matter. Still good to hear his voice.
well, that's nice. I mean, that's actually... What did you say? Did you say 16? Bear in mind, Solarians have a very short lifespan. I think it's usually 40 years? Something like that. It's basically, you know, half of human lifespan, or at least by modern standards, I suppose, in the Mass Effect world. For humans that are not in the military, well, I mean, like, assuming dying of natural causes, you know, I think lifespans, presumably, are longer than what they are in 2021, just seeing as how it's, you know, like 130 years in the future. So, I mean, that's, in that case, 40 years Solarian lifespan might be a third of the human lifespan. Let's see. So, yeah, you did mention, we were just talking about nephew's age. Why don't we talk about that?
Your nephew got tenure at 16? Is he a genius or a scientific
Oh,
prodigy?
tenure.
No.
Tenure.
wait,
Not a
don't
student.
want to
Tenure,
insult
as in he's working
yes, but not in manner you meant. Remember, Solarian lives, sure.
Exactly.
Mature rapidly by your standards. Don't live much past 40.
there. Exactly. Okay. So that explains more. So yeah, for a second I heard him say that and the word tenure just did not register, and I thought, oh, he's going to school at 16. Like, that seems kind of slow for a Solarian if, you know, he's halfway through his life, or practically, and only just now going to school. But no, he's working at a college or university, and usually you have to be working there for quite a while, have some pretty prestigious work to earn tenure, from what I understand. Timing of the call, when was this?
Are you calling him because you're worried we won't make it back?
No. Aware survival unlikely, but actually contacted him for family connection. Hard to imagine galaxy. Too many people, faceless, statistics easy to depersonalize. Good when doing unpleasant work. For this fight, want personal connection. Can't anthropomorphize galaxy, but can think of favorite nephew. Fighting for him.
Oh, that's wholesome. That's wholesome. It does sound like, though, that you have been trying to keep it on the down low. Make sure that your family does not know that, well, you're fighting the collectors.
Does anyone in your family know about what you really did for the government?
Oh,
No.
or that.
No, I'm lying, but won't pry. Solarians curious as a people, but also have social cues. Keep two types of secrets from family. First type, personal or guilt-based, invite suspicion, exploration, puzzle to be solved, reward for curiosity, intelligence, drama. Other secrets, more serious. Dangerous if discovered. Signals discourage curiosity for protection of family.
Yeah, I mean, I hope those signals are effective in that case, because, yeah, there's a pretty big difference between personal I mean, like, obviously, you don't want everyone to know if you've got a secret crush on somebody, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not as important as, oh yeah, I may or may not have helped to deploy an upgraded version of the most powerful bioweapon ever deployed that is, basically turned into continued genocide of an entire race.
Well, why wouldn't everyone give clues that their secrets were too dangerous to be uncovered?
Not conscious. Social, reflexive body language. Can't fake it. Example. Yawning perceived as contagious among humans. Subject observes yawn. Sensory input deactivates left periamygdala region. Subject yawns in response. Social empathy. Also works with dogs. Solarian faking signals to discourage curiosity, similar to human faking a yawn. Can try, but effectiveness limited.
I cannot tell you how strongly I had to fight the urge to yawn there. Okay. But I think that's everything with Morden here, and yeah, it's very interesting to see. Excuse me. Very interesting to see the personal touch that Morden is giving this, where, of course, certainly earlier on in our mission, it seemed as though Morden was very caught up in the pure statistics of everything, the science of it, the facts, the logic. Much less so the more personable, emotional side of things, which seems like, certainly, perhaps, after doing his loyalty mission where things did get more personal for him, he had to come to terms with that a little bit more. So maybe that's what's helping him open up a bit more here. But it was good to talk to you.
I'm glad you got to talk to family before we finish this. And I'm glad we talked too, Morden.
Honored to be part of this, Shepard. Helped preserve Galaxy before with genophage. Dirty work. Ethically ambiguous. Problematic. Collector's mission simpler, cleaner. We'll be proud to see it in Morden's Solus biography vid. Unless we all die. Proud posthumously, in that case. Regardless. Thank you.
Oh. Very cool. Alright, so more from Morden. Then, well, we don't really expect anything new from you, Jacob, but the other person that I wanted to make a point of talking to, even if we only did some minor missions here. So obviously, it's not like the missions that we just did fundamentally changed the nature of our mission, but it was a couple of new missions, and so if people just needed a little bit of time before they're ready to talk to us again, then they've had a little bit of time, and so they may now be ready to talk to us again. And one of those people would be the person whose loyalty mission we finished most recently, of course. And of course, that person being Jack.
Hey.
Hello. Let's see, so we've asked you about these things recently, but maybe this time you'll be willing to just chat a bit.
What's happening?
You got a lot of questions, don't you?
Sure.
I miss your friendly nature when you're not around.
Been thinking.
She's
seen a lot
got
of shit
the new
together now.
gear on as well.
And you're always coming to talk to me. Shepard, you got feelings for me? Because I don't need the complication.
So, Jack is another person that if you would like to do so, you can put the moves on. unlike Morden, who's, you know, not really interested in that, you know, you might be able to make something work with Jack. But, let's just say, no, I know we have not pursued any romantic relationships yet in our playthrough. However, Jack is not exactly the person that we are looking to have be our significant other.
Then don't worry. I'm not interested.
Good. I didn't want you coming around here anymore anyway.
Oh? Is there an issue?
Is there a problem, Jack?
Can't figure if you're playing me or not. I don't like it.
Then stop.
You'd like that. Make this about you and what you want. I have to think. Go away. I don't want you coming around here for a while.
Okay. If you say so. Glad we got the chance to chat, Jack. And as for others, you know, Samara, I think for the most part...
Garrus put some crazy tech into the main guns. It's almost doubled their power draw.
They seem pretty wicked.
Indeed. Don't worry. A few
Wicked,
tweaks to the
dude.
forward capacitors, and the balance is back in line.
Nice. So that is, of course, a reference to the cannon upgrade that we had at the research facility, research terminal. So, yes, we have made some improvements to the ship in that way. We could theoretically see if Grunt might have something new to say, Zaid something new to say, just because we have completed their loyalty missions, but don't think it's going to be anything dramatically different after doing just a few very small missions. Same with Samara. Samara might, in fact, just not have much else to say to us at all, given how at this point she's just said, I would just like to meditate, and that is it. And then everyone else on this floor, well, Kasumi could maybe have something, but again, similar to Zaid, I think after not having done any big missions since we last spoke to her, don't think she's really going to have anything new to say there. Everyone else has done, or we've already done, everyone else we still need to do the loyalty missions. Top floor, we just spoke to Morden and Jacob, we still need to do the loyalty missions, so don't think there's anything new there. So let's just head up here, and I think we'll set our sights on the next mission. So for our next mission, I think we would probably like to do the dossier on the assassin, Thane Krios. As a reminder, he is a quick kill biotic specialist and an expert sniper. Thane Krios is a Drell, trained from childhood as an elite assassin, proficient in both long-range sniping kills and close infiltration. He has slowed his activities in recent years, but is rumored to have a target on Ilium. So we can talk to Serena in the cargo transfer level downstairs. I believe it is someone that we've seen before, but opted not to speak to. And, well, in that case, let's head on out. We will need to head back to the mass relay, and it looks like we've explored every other system in this area. So we can mark off the Caleston Rift. Been there, done that. Everything here should be complete. I mean, don't actually think we need fuel right now, because I believe we are to go to Ilium. Then we can just straight there, no fuel needed. Here it is. Alright, so, at least initially here, we'll just be walking around Ilium, so I don't think that really changes much. So, I mean, I suppose we can just take people that we've not seen much of, which... I mean, let's bring Jack, because we got the different outfit. As I was saying, we're probably going to switch this appearance back relatively soon, but we'll at least get the chance to see it a little bit. We'll take you, just to walk around, and then, other people we haven't seen much of. Could go with the J's. Jacob and Jack. And, yeah, sure. As for abilities here, we did gain another point after having finished that last mission. Actually, 2 missions ago, I think. So, it means we could go up to Pull 3. That is possible now. If we wanted to go up to Reeve 4, then we would need to wait until we get one more level. And if we do that, we could get Area Reeve, which would be really nice, being able to hit multiple targets with it. Otherwise, I think that's what we went with Samara. Of course, our other Reeve user. Otherwise, so we can't do that yet. We need one more point to do that. We could go with Pull. That would increase the duration by another couple seconds. I think I would still prefer to go the Reeve route. I think that is my preference. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I also just completely ignored everyone else, although, then again, if we're walking around, it's not really gonna matter, nor are our weapons. Because, of course, we've been to Ilium many times before. Let's just take a quick look at Jack. The glasses are, of course, the highlight, I think. But she's also got, like, the pants look very... I can't tell, are those baggy stuff there, like the straps, those are boots, or are those the pants? I think those are the boots. A little hard to see, since it's all so dark, but it does look rather silly. It does look rather silly.
Life can be uncertain. That's why you need
Okay, so let's see. I think we've purchased just about everything we wanted to purchase here. I mean, I suppose it's worth a quick double check while we're in the area. But of course, the primary reason we are here is so that we can initiate that mission to recruit Thane. Oh, and we can talk to Jack about the Vista as well.
Lots of money here. Soft people who'd make good victims.
Jack, no.
What? I'm just thinking aloud.
Jacob disapproves. Alright, so here is one of the terminals. Oh, this has the Kestrel armor that I think we were saying is technically interesting because we have the shields, which is very nice. Heavy weapon ammo. I mean, to a small extent, I'm not sure if 5% is really going to do anything. But then you get more shields boost here, and weapon damage is not bad. I mean, again, 3% is tiny, but more importantly, 8% shields plus 3% shields plus 8% shields. Melee damage, not really all that relevant, but then more shield strength, then even more shield strength means that oh, there is a tech upgrade here. Tech damage. We definitely want to get that. We cannot yet afford it. Okay, that is interesting. That is interesting. Okay, so yes, my point was across all these Kestrel armor pieces, you do this full set. I think it would be perhaps significantly better from a shield standpoint relative to what we currently have. Our current armor does have some health bonus as well. I think it's a little bit of health and a little bit of shields. Might be 10 and 10, something like that.
So the total comes to 100.
But no, I think we definitely take that tech damage upgrade whenever we get a chance to do so. Let's see where the person we're looking for is, if we can get any indication. So we need to talk to Serena in the cargo transfer level downstairs. You say downstairs, in which case that probably means we should not go up the stairs. Just guessing. Just guessing. What? Excuse me? Is that Jack that said that? It's supposed to be directed at us, or just a random person that she walked past? It's a reference to the, yeah, in response to the Volus talking about what he wants to buy? Maybe. Let's see.
Listen, I know the data is vital to the Corrosa family. Asana Dantius didn't give us time to pack. Lucky I got out at all, for mercenaries were starting to shoot. If she lets us back in, I'll get it, I promise. If not, well, we'll just have to hope.
So we've seen this Solarian many times before. We did not chat with him.
Excuse me, I'm on an important call.
And, well, he is just on an important call that we can't really interrupt, as it turns out. If we go over here, the shipping area, we do get Serena. So why don't we save before we initiate this?
Serena?
Who wants to know?
Nobody?
Name Shepard. Liara Tassoni said you might have information on Thane Krios.
Tana, cover for me. Over here.
Oh. Okay.
I know who Thane Krios is. I might have passed him some information, but I didn't hire him. What do you want to know?
Just his general whereabouts. Also, what his favorite color is and preferred flavor of ice cream, but mostly where he is.
Maybe you could help me find him?
I can tell you, but you won't stop him. When he contacted me, I checked up on him. The man never gives up on a job. I ran security for Nasana Dantius. Then I found out she was having people killed to cover up her dirty secrets. She fired me when I confronted her. Her loss. I might have been good enough to stop Thane from taking her down.
Oh, so it sounds like Thane is going after Nasana Dantius, and if that name sounds familiar, it should. That is the name of the Asari that we saw in one of the bars in the Citadel in the embassy area in Mass Effect 1. She is the person who sent us on a mission in a far-off, uncharted world in which we killed a group of mercenaries that we later found out when we turned in the mission to her that that group of mercenaries included her sister. She did not include that detail initially. So, we only found that out post-mortem. So, let's see. Let's learn about Nasana.
Why does that name sound familiar?
I just told
She
you.
was a representative on the Citadel a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right. She had me kill her sister, the slaver.
Exactly.
I thought that was just a rumor. Well, you know what she's capable of then. She has even more power here in Nos Astra. She uses it to keep her friends in check, and her enemies dead.
Yeah, see, when my enemies are dead, I find I do need to allocate a lot of resources to make sure that they do stay dead. Otherwise, you just never know with those necromancers. Sometimes they get their hands dirty and just mess everything up. But, yeah. So Nasana Dantius did send us on that mission in Mass Effect 1. The idea was that she was a politician back then, at least. Sounds like she is not anymore. But, she wanted to have us basically kill her sister without us even realizing that it was her sister at the time. Because her sister was involved in crime, and she thought that if anyone ever found out that she had a family member involved with crime, then that would be the end of her political career. Never mind the fact that she just hired someone to assassinate people. So, yeah, what is this? It sounds like people are... that was, of course, reason enough in Mass Effect 1 to not think so highly of her, but it sounds like perhaps there are other reasons why people are not a big fan of hers, because it sounds like Thane is trying to kill her.
If you work there, you must have an idea what his opposition will be.
Eclipse mercs. High-tech killer. Undisciplined, but very well equipped. They don't much care who they kill, as long as they're paid for it. Thane has quite a reception waiting for him. I told him all I knew. He didn't seem worried.
Okay. Either very capable, or perhaps a little too overconfident and may get in over his head. But that's all we can ask you about, so yeah, where? Where is he?
So where do I find Thane?
The Dantius Towers. Penthouse level of Tower 1.
Alright, Shepard, we can't see what you're looking at.
There's a second tower, still under construction. If Thane is smart, he'll go in from there.
Sounds like it's the kind of place where you're not supposed to go, but do you have access to it? Could you perhaps sneak us in?
It doesn't sound like Nasana's just gonna let me in.
She's as smart as she is paranoid. No one's getting in or out of there without a fight. I can get you in, but you'll only get one shot. You'd better be ready.
Okay, let's see. We can learn more about why... It is a little odd why she was helping Thane and why she's helping us. It sounds like Nasana fired her, but is that reason enough to send a trained assassin after your former boss? Might be a little bit overkill in more ways than one.
You're just offering your help? No strings attached?
You're going to look for Thane. Nasana's mercenaries will try to stop you. At the least, you'll distract her guards. Take a little fire, give Thane a clear shot. I didn't hire him to kill Nasana, but I won't shed any tears when she gets what's coming to her.
Do we actually know who did hire him? Because, it feels like it's possible that you're trying to suggest that you didn't hire him when, in fact, you actually did. But, Okay, what else can you tell us about Thane himself, though?
Do you know anything else about Thane?
Not much. He did say that he's not doing the hit for money. Nobody hired him.
Oh,
I wanted to
what?
know who I was helping, and he said he's doing this job on his own. That he had to restore the balance of his life. I don't know. Maybe he's crazy. If he takes down Asana, I don't care why he does it.
Okay. That is a little odd. I mean, if we are to believe that, then that would suggest that you definitely did not hire him. So, as Serena was saying, though, this is a one-time thing, in that once we initiate this mission, it's a point of no return. We are seeing it all the way through, and only once we've done so will we be able to come back, and this is the only time we can give it a shot, if we do initiate it now. So for that reason, if there's anything that you want to make a point of purchasing beforehand, or you want to make sure you do other missions beforehand, then, of course, make sure you do that. Otherwise, you can say you're ready, like...
I'll be back in a bit.
Did we
I'll be
save
there, but I
before
won't
this
wait too
conversation? Not sure that we did. So let's do that, just in case. Then,
Ready to go find your assassin?
let's talk. I think we also just got some Paragon points in that conversation as well. But, yeah, I think now we're good to go.
I am now. Let's go.
Good. I'm tired of this crap. We'll go tonight as soon as the shift workers clear out of Tower 2.
Alright, so, if we are picking teammates for this mission, we will, of course, want to think about what types of enemies we're expecting to go against. And it's actually... it's a little misleading, I think, the description that we've had thus far. Because if you remember what Serena was saying, she was saying that we are expecting to run into a bunch of Eclipse people. We have, early on, we ran into a bunch of Eclipse people and a bunch of side missions, Kasumi's loyalty mission as well. And then, of course, Garrus's recruitment mission where we saw all of the 3 big mercenary groups. However, we've not seen them as much as of late. Seems like Bloodpack has, as of late, been the most frequent offender. The thing with Eclipse is usually barriers. That is sort of their key form of defense, whereas Blue Sun's shields, Bloodpack is armor/health regeneration. So normally that would mean you'd want to go for anti-barrier stuff. However, that's actually not the type of thing that we're going to see the most of here, I don't think. I think we're actually going to see a little bit more in the way of shields and a little bit more in the way of armor. So for that reason, that may mean that we don't really want to plan everything around barrier stuff. And the other thing to bear in mind for this mission is that, well, I think crowd control abilities and just generally being able to handle a bunch of enemies simultaneously is going to be another very useful ability, very useful set of skills to have. So I was thinking, this may be another opportunity for us to use some characters that we just haven't seen as much of. So it's been, I mean, we had a very short mission with Tally, and that's really the only time we've used her. So I am tempted to use her here. And I was also saying Garrus, I don't know when we last used him for any sort of significant mission. It's been a while. Did we take him on Horizon? It might have been Horizon. And that was a while ago. So I think we take Garrus and Tally for that reason. They won't have an ammo effect in that case, but we do have our squad incendiary ammo, so that should cover us here. Garrus does have the armor-piercing ammo once he gets his loyalty mission done, but of course we haven't done that yet, so I think this will be fine. And let's see, so for us we were saying how we would love if we had one more point to get up to Area Reeve, but I think we'll deal with it. So of course this will be good against barriers and armor, so combine that with our incendiary ammo, giving us additional damage to armor as well, and we're doing pretty well on the armor side of things. Then Tally, we were saying earlier how we'd kind of like to save her points for energy drain once we do eventually unlock that, but as I was also saying, I think it's going to be a while. I think it's going to be a while until we actually get that. So it may make some sense. It may make some sense to put a few more points into other things for now, so that we are not walking around with a Tally who is at half of her normal strength, because that's a little painful. We can either go with the hack up to rank 3, which would increase the duration by an additional 2 seconds and increase the shield strength by 150 points. So remember, when we do the hack, it only works against synthetic enemies, but it converts one of them to basically an ally for the duration here. And 9 seconds is a long time, except more likely what it will do is that as soon as we do that conversion, all the other enemies are going to immediately turn on whoever it is that we've hacked, and they're going to kill that enemy pretty quickly. So it is, in some ways, just a way to distract our opponents for a little bit, get them to destroy one of their own, and the more shields that that targeted that we hack has, the more likely that they will actually survive long enough to maybe, just maybe, actually kill one of the other people that, could it actually be a direct source of damage? If it has enough shields, maybe. So, I think we perhaps throw another point in here, because at the low levels, AI hacking is basically just a brief, momentary distraction, and that's it. Whereas once you get a little bit higher up, it starts to become more feasible that the hacked units can actually deal some significant damage. So I think we take that. Then, really, Garrus only has 2 points here. That would suggest that we used him somewhat recently. I don't recall that being the case. I don't know what mission that was. Was it? We've really only gotten 2 additional squad points since Horizon? Maybe we used him for something else in the meantime, but I don't remember. But anyways, I mean, Garrus is awesome. And we got him relatively late, at least of the first set of people. He was the last addition to the team. So you know what? I think all the more reason for us to get him in here. Okay, so that looks good from a skill standpoint. From a weapons standpoint, Attic definitely gets plasma shotgun, Locust, Carnifex, all sounds good. I think we do keep the Avalanche here. Then for Garrus, Vindicator being sort of the all-round one versus Matic being more the armor specialist weapon. I mean, we are expecting to run into some armor, but also a little bit of everything. Maybe we stick with the Vindicator and then the Incisor. I mean, that's really our only upgraded sniper that we have, so I suppose we stick with that. For Tally, we were using her recently. Geth Plasma Shotgun plus Carnifex. I mean, again, actually a good idea to have our squad mates use the Geth Plasma Shotgun. It might not be. It might not be. Perhaps the Scimitar is actually better on squad mates. Because I don't know that Tally's going to do anything to charge this up, and that's really where its strength comes from. So maybe we actually do give her the Scimitar in that case. Alright, let's do it.
The towers are heavily guarded, and you'll find more resistance closer to the penthouse. So, this assassin, you planning to stop him?
I'm just here to make sure he survives.
Yeah, exactly the opposite of that, actually. I'm not trying to stop him at all.
There they are, the Dantius towers. You'll have to get up to the second tower and cross the bridge to the penthouse. Her mercs will fight you every step, but it's your best chance.
I mean, can't we just fly up?
Why don't we just save time and take the shuttle up?
She's got mercs with rockets just waiting for you to try. You get maybe halfway up before they shot you down. Besides, your assassin won't go in that way. Best to go in low.
Okay, if you insist. Anything else you can tell us about the tower?
Any last-minute tips about the towers?
The Eclipse mercs will be well fortified by now, and they won't want to disappoint Nasana. There's no automated defenses or traps, just focus on anything moving.
Okay. No tricks, just a whole bunch of enemies. Gotcha.
All right. Let's do this.
Hold on.
A daring move into oncoming traffic. Sort of.
long. They'll be here to greet you soon enough. Good luck, Shepard.
Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, that really doesn't look good. Okay, let's take a second here. Activate our ammo. And we do have some mechs headed our way, but perhaps, Tally, do you have any weapon? Oh, yeah, you do. Okay, I was gonna say. It did not look like it for a second there. Yeah, the Carnifex is probably not the weapon we're gonna want here.
Understood.
Thing is, we kind of have like a bazillion weapons, at least for us, that we're looking to activate here. May make sense for Garrus to actually stay on the incisor for now. These guys are at range, so it may also make sense for Tally to stick on the Carnifex. Just give us a minute here. Just give us a minute, Fenris mechs. Alright, well, here they come. Alright, we've gotten rid of its armor already. We can overload mechs, that does work. And, well, Reeve does not, though. Can pull you. Disable you a bit. And there is Tally's little drone. And, it is distracting the enemy. That's what it's there for. So we don't really need to pull it. In fact, why don't we just take a second here? There are more mechs off in the distance, but we'll just take a second to put the ammo effect on our other weapons. I think we have it on all of them now. I think we do. And the drone is still going to work here. So there it explodes. And in doing so, got rid of all their armor. So that's good stuff. And again, we can't really... I don't think Reeve works at all on health. Or, yeah, it only works on health against organics. So it's not going to work against these mechs here in this situation. We can pull them if we'd like. We can also overload them with Garrus. We could pull you if we wanted to. Excuse me, collision proximity warning. Just save the ammo while we're at it. If we can. I mean, we could charge you, I suppose. Alright. So, first few enemies down. But let's just say I'm expecting a whole lot more where those came from. So why don't we save now that we are starting this mission? As we were saying, this is a mission that, once you begin, you have to see it all the way through. There's no going back until we are done. And also, I believe it may have been a mission from one of the demos of Mass Effect 2 way back in the day. Let's see, we are all loaded up on ammo. And it is a really fun one, I think. I think it was one of my favorites. Let's see. We've got Med Gel, which we don't need, so we'll get the credits. Then we've got this secure terminal. Oh, not for hacking. Oh, and that is devious. See the way they just set us up like that? That is wrong. For a second, I thought that was correct. This one is what we're looking for. Then we're looking for... that also almost looked correct, except it was not. I might have missed one. Is this it? This is it. Then it is... not that. It's this. Ooh, that was close. That was close. What's that? I didn't see... I just saw there was one little marker left. I didn't see if that started at something like 5,000. It had started to go down. No, I don't think we would have gotten a round number like that if we did. Okay, so I think that was everything in there. Supposedly we're starting on the ground floor, but there's... in that case, I suppose there's a basement as well. Oh. Okay. How's it going, Salarian worker? It's one of the guys that got shot by those mechs.
I can't feel my legs. My chest is killing me.
Yikes.
Who did this to you, and why?
We're just night workers. Nasana sent them after us. She sent the mechs to round us up, but we didn't hear. They just started shooting.
Without any warning? Just spontaneously? sent mechs after you?
They just attacked you?
Yes. They were too slow. It was horrible. Everyone screaming. The merc said there was no time. Nasana wanted us out of the way immediately. Then the dogs.
He's not going to make it if we don't help him.
Let's do something about that then.
That should ease the pain and keep you alive until help arrives.
Thank you. That helps.
Take your time.
I think I'm better. Find the other workers. Help them.
Okay, let's see. I mean, on one hand, I feel like it is perhaps not the time to be interrogating this guy after he just got shot several times. But, if you can, give us any more information about what's going on here.
I need to get up to the penthouse. Any suggestions?
Take the service elevator to the upper floors. The bridge between the towers isn't finished, but if you're careful, watch out for the mercs. They're everywhere.
Okay. Then, what about those mercs?
Any idea how many mercs Nasana's got?
A lot.
105?
Dozens of them are wandering around here all day. You'll find more the further up you go.
Okay. Nasana, though? What about her?
Why would Nasana kill her own workers?
To her, we're expendable. But I didn't realize she was that ruthless. My friends, co-workers, slaughtered. They were jumping off ledges to escape the dogs.
Wow. Yeah, it does still seem like there's a missing piece here to explain. I mean, sure, she may be paranoid, but why is she going after her own workers? That still doesn't really explain that. But I suppose, thank you for all of your help. Find some place to get some rest. Probably make your way to the hospital nonetheless. I mean, we did give you a Medicaid, but still.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you.
Let's get moving.
Alright, that is actually an interesting question is, even if somebody gets injured and then uses Medicaid on themselves, does that mean that, that you're totally fine, or do you still go see a doctor when something bad like that? Like, if you get shot and use Medicaid, still go to the hospital afterward? Or is the Medicaid just like, oh no, everything's totally fine now? You're as good as new.